Eivor, are you prepared to go to Ireland?
Azar, you did not tell me the king was my cousin.
It was most amusing this way, was it not? A little mystery.
I prefer to know what is what. But it was a pleasant surprise.
He's eager to see you. Shall we set sail?
Yeah, I would like to see this land. And my cousin Bareth.
Ireland. A patchwork of petty kings jostling for hills and pastures and green glens. My adopted isle.
Azar, how is it that Bareth, as nose as ice, is king of Dublin?
Dublin is a Viking city, Eivor. But in fact, merchants and beggars come from all parts to parade in its muddy streets.
Odd to think of Bareth as king of a city.
It perhaps sounds grander than it is. Ireland has many kings. They litter the countryside, and Bareth's throne is not secure. Flann Sinna calls the tune.
Who is he?
Soon to be crowned High King of all Ireland. Flann distrusts Vikings, though he needs them.
Bareth will find a way. As a boy, he wasn't much of a fighter, but somehow always came out all right.
I'm sure what you say is true. Certainly he is loved by his people. Your crew can find lodging here. Come, let us find Bareth.
Eivor! Blood of my blood! Look at you! You have Aunt Rosta's cheekbones!
And you, the 7-year-old, lives in you still.
It has been a long stretch since we pelted old Ganfrid with apple cores.
He never forgave us that.
And Sigurd in the clan? How goes with all?
There is much to tell you, Bareth. But let me breathe your Irish air.
Thank you for keeping my ports from being set ablaze in my absence.
My ports? Yes, old man. I can rule my city even without you here. Eivor, you arrive in good time. I'm hosting a feast in honor of my son, Sigfrid. He is 17 today.
A 17-year-old son.
And rather a difficult boy at that. Come! There's much to show on the way to my castle.
A kingship, a son, and a castle. Truly you have a fine life, Bareth.
Castle? It is a wooden house. Finely crafted, to be sure, but in Shiraz, it would be home to a middling rug merchant.
Lead me to your rock merchant's wooden hovel, Bareth.
Just look at her docks! Wee babe of a city, but the biggest port in all Ireland.
You cannot appreciate Irish air without enduring the stench of our docks.
It is upon the strength of this port I plan to secure my kingship.
Azar told me that your throne may not be entirely steady.
King Flann needs some persuading is all. Dublin's vast trade web will bring wealth to all Ireland. If Flann can be made to see that, my kingship and that of my children's children will be safe.
I cannot guarantee your throne, but a vast trading web is within my power.
No one else I'd trust my commerce to, old man.
You let them call you that?
I call him worse
My
things.
king, I still owe you a horn of ale.
This is where I leave you.
Don't miss the banquet.
I'll be there shortly.
Barad, my nicey king.
Aoife, this is my cousin, Eivor. Show her the bow I had you make for her.
This is for me. The craftsmanship is beautiful.
Me best work. Give her a try. Hit the targets before the sand runs out. Think you can get them all?
I just want to get a feel for how the bow handles.
That's sure.
Watch my arrows fly.
I certainly will. Go!
It is a very nice bow. Thank you, Barad.
Steps off the boat after a long sea voyage and shoots like a master.
Well done, cousin. Wait, is that a house of God?
Aye, Christ's own church. Ireland is mostly Christian now, and so is Dublin. Many Norse chew the wafer.
You make a place for them.
Them? I myself have a place in Christ's house, as I do in the house of Thor. So long as a god has my back, he has my altar. I've built this city up from rubble. 20 years ago, us Vikings were beaten. The Irish took revenge and sacked Dublin.
Azar told me that it is a Viking city.
Norse founded it, and I nursed it back to health. When I became king, I was king of a mud pit.
Hey! Ef þeir síktryggur efni enn til farar á Frankaströndum, send hann mér á morgun. Á einn nokkur til farar. Sælir fadir þinn. Fer veiði í hendur sá sem veit að brjóta svo.
There, up ahead. My home. My only regret is that my mother and my wife aren't here to greet you. They've gone on pilgrimage to the mountains just now. The waters there improve mother's health. I am left to discipline my wayward son.
And to host a banquet.
Which should be already underway.
Up, Barad! Fodia!
Here we are. Please, go enjoy yourself. I must have a word with my son. Come meet him before the night's out.
Koma sér undan.
Azar, I was not sure if I would see you here.
Why is that?
I thought you'd rather take stock of your wares than placidly observe caterwauling Vikings.
And you... you would rather spend time with this gossiping auntie?
I know few people here, and of them, I know you are the one who's always ready with a sweet anecdote.
I do have some information you may find interesting. Siegfried's stomach doesn't agree with cheese. Had an accident about it last week. The embarrassing, bed-changing kind.
He shat himself.
Mortifying for a lad of that age. The kind of thing that would devastate him in front of his comrades. If one needed ammunition.
Thank you, Azar. Your company is always enlightening.
the way childish things. What do you expect from me? That I follow your example? The example of a pack mule?
Hey, you're Boris' cousin. It's a grand do, isn't it?
Hi, enjoying yourself?
It's great crack. It's a fine thing to celebrate future King Siegfried.
I'm curious. How do you feel Bareth has done as king?
Oh, he's done a lovely job, he has. Likes to throw feasts. Invites us common folk. More host than king, perhaps, but he's a fine man, and the city has never been busier.
Can I ask, what is your life like in the city?
Well, there's a fair amount of work, isn't there? Hauling crates, shoveling muck. I'm a tanner myself. Long days stripping hides and dousing them in cow piss. You can probably smell the stench.
I can. Enjoy the feast, friend.
You as well.
Siegfried! I expect my son to act like the future king, not roll in the muck.
So Flann will take you on as his farting court jester?
Think with your head and not your arse. Flann can assure my throne, which will one day be yours.
That makes you the ass.
Enough! Eivor, my son, Siegfried. I'm sorry, I must clear my head. Could you speak to the boy?
A lot of shit coming from that mouth. Word is, you have trouble controlling it out the other end, too.
I guess I owe you thanks for not beating me bloody.
I am not here to quarrel with you, Siegfried.
Da speaks so highly of you. I wanted to see if you lived up to the stories.
Does anyone? You're unhappy with how your father rules.
Da has the makings of a fine king, but he chooses to play the unctuous merchant instead.
A visit to Norway might do a young Vikinger like you some good.
I'd love to go with Da. Maybe the homeland would kindle his warrior spirit. Give Dublin a fair and fearsome king.
I've lost track of your father. Any idea where he might be?
He wanted to clear his head. That means he's visiting grandfather's grave. Da has a chat with him almost every day.
Bareth can commune with the dead.
No, his conversations are all one-sided. The grave sits at the top of the hill.
I'll find him. Thank you, Siegfried.
Eivor, teach me how to hit like that sometime.
Baron's feasts are always such...
Barth. Why so uneasy?
A king must forever be on guard. When I'm upset or uncertain, I come here to seek my father's spirit.
I didn't even ask after him. Somehow I knew he'd...
Some years ago, he was destined to die in battle, and he did.
He sits with Odin now. My family owes yours a solemn debt.
That winter, your family came to stay with us. I remember your birth, screaming like a warrior.
The plague year. No one would take us in. No one but your mother and father. I owe your family my life.
And what a life we had. I have fond memories of you and I slipping out to hunt.
In dead of night. Stars in the sky. Moonlight on snow. And that's how I got that scar.
I do feel bad about that. What about the one on your cheek?
This. A caution from the gods about my vanity.
Come, if we tell all our stories, we'll be here a week.
Do you see something?
My imagination run amok, but let us away. Don't get distracted! Funny how just the slightest noise sets a fellow on edge.
By Thor's hammer, Barith. I could sleep a week.
Not as spry as the old days, eh? When we'd search the night in hopes of catching a will-o'-the-wisp.
Did we catch one? I have a memory of catching one.
Give yourself up!
What?
Grab him! Bind his hand!
Who are these men?
Damn you bastards!
I'll say you're welcome.
Who were they?
Hey, Eivor. Now.
Who were they?
My ascension to the throne has not been without contest. The previous king's son, Thorstein, is resentful.
You told me nothing of this.
You are my guest. I'm not going to burden you with petty concerns.
Petty concerns. I now know why you've been anxious all evening.
Aye, 'tis worrying. He's never been so bold before.
He sees you as a usurper to his throne.
Perhaps, but he doesn't seem to want to take it. He contents himself by stealing and smuggling with his band of ruffians. It's petty Viking raiding, but it puts me in a bad light with Flann. That's certain. Keep a sharp watch. Brigands rove the streets tonight.
You can be sure of me, my king.
What? You know I am always the last to leave a party. What is wrong?
We were ambushed by Thorstein's men. Rivals I was not made aware of.
Small wonder King Flann does not embrace you, Barith. You cannot keep control of the Vikings in your own city.
Thorstein makes me look like more of an arse than I do on my own.
I see. It is the High King's disfavor that makes this shameful. My cousin, I will take care of Thorstein.
No, I do not want to drag you into this sorry mess. Perhaps you'll accept silver to lie low.
For a week or two. But then he'll be back, and back again. I can remove this blot, once and for all.
Eivor, this is not your fight.
For any and all of your god's sakes, Barith. Let Eivor help you.
As of this moment, Barith, my arm is yours. Whatever is needed to bring Flawn's smile upon you, I will do.
Eivor, I have never been so happy.
Your family saved mine those years ago. A fitting reply would be to secure your throne. I will start with Thorstein.
It happens that Siegfried may know something. He once ran with Thorstein's gang.
Sadly true. Seek him tomorrow in the marketplace. After a night of carousing, he likes to recuperate there.
We will begin to forge a bond with High King Flawn on Rise of Sun. Barith said Siegfried would be at the marketplace. I need to learn more about Thorstein.